Are you tired of feeling like every single day slips through your fingers? In today's fast-paced world, it's really easy to fall into the trap of mindless scrolling and procrastination, thereby letting our precious moments of our life fade away. So today we are gonna address 7 things that waste our time on a daily basis, and also I'll be sharing what exactly we can do to avoid that. My name is Prithviraj and let's dive right in. Procrastination. Where do I even begin with? This has been a major issue for me. Like, I wanted to do something, but I never really ended up doing that. Procrastination can happen due to various reasons: fear of failure, lack of motivation, craving perfectionism, and 1,000 other things. It's really important we overcome procrastination if we want to achieve something in our lives. So how do we fix this? Try out the 5-minute rule. Simply do your task for just 5 minutes. It's really easy to keep working once we get started. Starting to work is the hardest part. Dedicate just 5 minutes to get something done. 5 minutes is good enough progress. Well, the thing is, if you fail to do a task even after just assigning 5 minutes to that, your intention is to be blamed over here. It just wasn't your priority if you couldn't do it for 5 minutes. Procrastination is a really vast topic. If you're struggling with procrastination, I previously created a dedicated video on how you can prevent that. I'll leave a link in the description box below the like button in case you're interested in that. I'm pretty sure you're gonna find some value from that video. Self-doubt and overthinking, of course. This is an area I struggle myself, but yeah, I'm in a better place now, somewhat. Self-doubt can rise from various factors, such as past experiences, comparing ourselves with others, and social pressure. And after that, we simply start to overthink things that are beyond our control. And that's the most toxic trait that we possess. We must understand that self-doubt is a common experience. It's totally fine to feel uncertain at times. Everyone has negative thoughts. The first aspect to fix this is to acknowledge the fact that we are doubting ourselves. You'll be surprised to see how many people actually refuse to admit that they face self-doubts. So the first thing is to accept that you're going through such a phase. After that, question the validity of our doubts. Are they based on facts or simply mere assumptions? Most of the time, you'll figure out that they are based on our assumptions or you're simply overthinking stuff. Let me tell you one thing. In this world, no one cares. You think they do, but in reality, they don't. I wanna repeat this. No one cares. Simply focus on your strengths and set realistic goals for yourselves. Break down your big goals into smaller and achievable tasks. This way, when you see some progress, it in hand will help you stop doubting yourself. Like, it won't go away completely, but at least you'll have it in control. Lack of organization. I face this myself and I often waste a lot of time searching for the right thing at the right time. For example, when I want to write something down, I often face issues finding a pen that actually works. This factor is applicable for both physical as well as digital stuff. Ever faced a situation where you are not able to find a file or folder when you need it the most? Been there, done that. We lack a proper file and storage management system. We often waste a lot of time finding for our required item, and on top of that, messy and disorganized workspaces can make it harder for our mind to process everything and make decisions. This thing leads to decision fatigue, and we don't want that. The first aspect we need to fix is our workspace. Simply declutter your workspace, and if it's possible, you can try creating an alternate workspace for yourself. Only do the most important and focused work there. Also, regularly get rid of unnecessary items both physically and digitally. Create a specific storage area for all your common items. Try creating routines. For example, every 2 weeks you're gonna declutter your computer and your room as a whole. For organizing your files, you can check out various information management methods. You can check out the PARA method. PARA stands for projects, areas, resources, and archive. I plan on creating a video on this aspect, so make sure you're subscribed to my channel for that. Alright, the biggest factor that hinders our progress and leads to procrastination is mindless scrolling. It's the internet rabbit hole. Once you get inside that, you're there for a while. It consumes so many hours every day that we don't even realize. Our brain loves the mini dopamine hits we get every time we scroll through TikTok or Instagram Reels. And as I understand, it's not really possible to simply uninstall all these apps as they have become an integral part of our lives. So what's the solution to this problem? Firstly, disable all the notifications on your phone. If it's something urgent, that person can simply call you. Try out different app blockers. I was using this app called App Block. This one allows us to create a custom schedule. It will automatically prevent us from accessing all those disturbing apps during that time frame. You can also use their Chrome extension on your computer. That way, you'll be able to avoid your distractions on all your devices. Rather, you should actually schedule a time when you're actually allowed to use social media. As in, you can swipe through TikTok during this time frame and not feel guilty about it. This brings us to the next point: not having a plan. Failing to plan is planning to fail. Human Human brain craves structure and direction. Without a plan, we often do the easier and less important tasks first. Rather, we should be tackling our most important task before everything. It's really important we set clear goals. But if we fail to do that, we are simply stuck in the middle of the day, not knowing what we are supposed to do next. It is rather simple to fix this issue. Plan in advance. Preferably plan your day the night before. So, how do you do that? Simply take a notebook and write down what your most important task is for the next day. Just the most important one. Don't fill it with thousands of tasks. Just note down the one and only. We need to set priorities. This way, we will be able to get our most important task out of the day. I saw this happen to myself. When I finish my most important task, I often feel more productive and get more tasks done that way, as I simply feel good thinking that I have completed my toughest job. And in the other scenario, even if I don't get the other things done, I can at least be happy realizing that I have done my most important task for that day. It's a total win-win situation. You can try out different to-do list app, or you can simply consider getting a physical planner. This is a very mindful thing to do, and this has really been of great benefit for me. Following this method, you will be able to set clear goals. You can even try out time blocking, as in on what time you have to do what. It's like a budget for your time. You can use your planner or simply use your calendar app. Your basic Google or Apple calendar works just fine for this purpose. This will also help you not to overcommit. And speaking of overcommitment, that's another aspect that we need to fix. While creating to-do lists, we often set unrealistic expectations. We pile up with thousands of tasks, and that rather increases our stress levels even more than actually helping us. And since we piled up unrealistic goals and have so many tasks, we often become disappointed that we are not able to check off our to-do list, and eventually we give up creating to-do list as well. We aren't able to prioritize our task, and we, being the good-natured people we are, we say yes to everything. Like we say yes to every invitations and unnecessary meetings. So the first thing to do is to eliminate all the unnecessary tasks. Like I previously mentioned, we should prioritize the most important tasks and get that done first. Simply scrap off all the unnecessary things. Try out the calendar blocking method as I previously mentioned. And another thing, this one is gonna be really tough, but we have to learn how to say no more often. We don't really have to say yes to every invitation that we get. We can kindly say no. You can simply say that you have some other plans or you have to go somewhere. Saying no is really important. Multitasking is a myth. When we multitask, our brain has to focus back and forth between tasks, resulting in reduced efficiency. It often leads to cognitive failure. There is absolutely no point switching between tasks, as we have decreased efficiency as well as reduced quality of work. This is referred to as shallow work. We do not want that. What we need is deep work. As Cal Newport mentions in his book, we are often able to get the best results when we focus on only one task at a time. When we are able to work distraction-free and without having to do anything else alongside. Just focus on that one task and do it with full concentration. You will be able to get more done and produce high-quality work. However, if you're still finding yourself to be unproductive, click here to check out 20 bizarre productivity hacks you can try. Some of them are really weird, I must say, but one of them might just be the secret ingredient you are missing out on.